a special one.
But the fine margins, Jose, it is an old court, and
I'm twice Champions League champion.
But the small margins between success and failure. That night, if Tim Howard doesn't spill that ball, and if you hadn't picked up a result, listen, ifs and buts, but the game at Real Madrid, Andy, that I think they'd qualified, and you went there and forced a draw. Did you? Was that the campaign?
You got a draw, didn't you?
I mean, the small margins between success and failure. That's how tight it can be sometimes, isn't it?
Of course. That's why I lost the Champions League semi-final in Liverpool on penalties. Yeah. That's why I lost.
That ball was over the line.
That's why I lost the Champions League final Liverpool with the Luis Garcia goal.
He's trying to annoy you again.
No, of course there are matches in your career where you lose by an inch, you win by an inch. In a funny way, the guy that scored that goal against Man United, Costinha, now and again, he sends me an SMS.
Does he?
I just want to remember you that without that goal, you wouldn't be the special one.
It's amazing what people think. Well, how much of your work, how much of your career, how much of your... Because I remember Sir Alex saying that, you cannot win what he'd won. He was talking about him. And you've won as much, I guess, trophy-wise, worldwide, haven't you?
No.
Not quite?
No.
What have you had, 25, 26? What are you?
I won 25 and Sir Alex much more than me. The difference is that Sir Alex was everything in England and Manchester United, and I did it in 4 different countries.
So what he always said, yes, I think I had talent and I had great players. He said, but I also, at special moments in certain games, I got a little bit of good fortune that was a difference maybe between winning and losing. Would you agree with that? That you need luck as well as talent to achieve what you and Sir Alex have achieved?
I want to believe you need a little bit of luck, but I also think that you force your luck.
Make your own luck.
A little bit, you force it a little bit. The Sir Alex story of the Sir Alex, how do you call it, when United win in extra time. Sir Alex time.
Right?
Fergie time.
Fergie time is not occasional. Fergie time is a consequence of his mentality, of his spirit, of his relation with his players. I think I don't have a bad record, even at Man United, about winning matches on extra time. Even this season, we did Juventus in minute 90-something. We did some game at home that we were losing 2-0. Newcastle, I think, we won 3-2 also last minute. I think you can force your luck. And fundamentally, when a team has a strong collective personality and when has players that are not afraid to fight against the demons, let's say the demons of the last minute you are losing, I think you can force. I think the details are very important also on that. So, but yes, and some guy, not me, was saying many years ago, I don't remember if it was a president, if it was an old coach, that was saying is better a coach with luck than a good coach.
It was an old phrase, don't give me a good general, give me a lucky general.
Napoleon, I believe.
Was it Napoleon?
I believe
well, there you go.
Was, yeah.
One more I wanted to ask you. We always have, like, as a player, you had an inspiration, somebody would inspire you to try and achieve. Was there a coach that inspired you when you were younger? Who did you look up to and think, God, I wouldn't mind being as good as he was? Did you have one?
I didn't have one.
No?
No, my history is, I was born in a match day for my father. He left the team to go and to see me when I was born. My daughter was born in a match day. My son was born in a match day. But my life has been all around football, and I was always very professional, even as a kid. And then I never support a club. I was born...
You never supported a Portuguese club?
No. A part of my city club. but a part of my city club. In Portugal, everybody supports Benfica, Porto Sporting, not me. Why? Because I was born a player's son. I grew up as a manager's son, and then I become myself a professional coach. So I was always very professional. My club was my father's club, and then becomes my club. And then is my own nature of I arrive in a club, I wear the shirt, and I only take that very dirty and sweaty shirt in the day I left. And I fight for the club, and I don't care about my image, and I don't care about any consequence. That's why I go to Real Madrid. I become enemy of Barcelona. I went to Inter. In Torino, I cannot put a foot in because people hate me there. Chelsea, Arsenal fans, maybe not anymore but when I was a Chelsea manager, they hate me. I played 15 times against them. I won 12 and I drew 3. I don't know, something like that. I never lost. They hate me. And I was always that professional. I never follow anybody at all.
Who is your biggest critic?
Me.
Are you honest with yourself?
Oh, yes. I'm very critical with myself. The people that knows me well sometimes even tells me that I am too much with myself.
Too hard.
Too hard with myself. I always want more. That's my nature. That's my nature.
Do you embarrass your children?
I think I did a few times, and I try not to do.
Do they
and
tell
let
you?
me tell you something.
Do they tell you?
Yes, but let me tell you something. People sometimes confuse passion with emotional control. And I give you another example that you know that I'm right. You know that I'm right. Similar situations with me and other managers, different consequences. When Mourinho behaved bad on the touchline, when Mourinho kicks a bottle, when Mourinho does this, when Mourinho does that, he's out, he's suspended, he's paying for this. When Jurgen does, he's passion. When Pep does, he's passion. When Mourinho does, he's out. Do you know that I had a stadium ban?
Yes.
I had a stadium ban. I had to watch my team in the hotel without being able to contact with my team. It happened with me in the Stoke City, Chelsea. Compare the behaviors. And you are speaking about embarrass my kids. My kids are not kids anymore. They are 19, they are 22. Of course, I am different than I was 10 or 15 years ago. And I think about things. And I also think about the image, and I also think about the club. And I try to behave in a certain way. People confuse that with lack of passion or with more passion. I just ask you, compare the same behaviors and the different consequences.
Granted. 2 more and I'll leave you alone. Who decides when you get your hair cut?
Me?
Only you.
Yeah.
And were you really in the laundry basket?
Yes. Yes.
Whose idea was that?
I don't remember the idea. I know the fundamental thing of it. The fundamental thing of it is Chelsea Bayern Munich, a big match in the Champions League. I need to be with my players, and I did it. Yeah.
Brilliant. You did say we'd never find you. We tried very hard. Not for the first
time. A long time ago.
You were right.
But you don't know the story.
No.
Jose, you've been fantastic, not just here, but over the last 3 days. And on behalf of Beyond Sports, thank you for your time, your company.
So
it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks so much.
And if you are out of work for beyond 3 months, I do hope you'll come back and see us again.
Yeah, if the weather is nice, I'm back.
Any out of work managers, you two are lucky, who come and see us here and sit here at this table, are normally working within 2 months.
Let me tell the story. Do you know Stuart Bannister, the Chelsea kit man?
Yes.
Stuart, the skinny Stuart.
Yes.
Okay. I go to the dressing room during the day, so I was there.
Yeah.
So I'm there since midday, and the game is 7 o'clock, and I just want to be in the dressing room when the players arrive. So I go there, nobody see me. The problem was to leave. After. Okay. and Stewart put me in the basket. Put me in the basket. And takes, but that basket, the metal one, the hard one,
Yes,
the hard one.
puts
that
me there.
one that goes in the plane.
And I go there with a little bit open so I could breathe. but when Stewart is taking that outside the dressing room, outside the stadium, the UEFA guys following all these guys that were saying that I was there, they were there desperate to find me. So when I was there, Stewart closed the box.
You couldn't breathe.
I couldn't breathe. When he opened the box, I was dying. I was serious. I was claustrophobic and I was. I promise.
You should have punched some holes in the top of it.
I was fucking having the close there.
Oh, no. Terrific.
History could have been very different, could it not? Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. Jose Mourinho. Jimmy, thank you for coming to see us, and same applies to you. We expect to see you back.
Yeah.
Hope you've enjoyed
With
the
Mourinho.
afternoon. It's been very different and thoroughly enjoyable. See you tomorrow.